What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Kai King, and welcome back to Major Predictions. I hope everyone's been doing well, and I hope you guys have been enjoying the fights that have been happening. So today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. So make sure you watch to the end, and remember to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel because your support means everything to me. And my goal is to grow up to at least 1,000 subscribers, and I know with your help, it's definitely very possible. And again, remember to watch to the end because not only am I going to go through all the fights that are on the spreads for March in DraftKings, at least from the ones that I saw. But I'm also going to share with you guys the bets and the parlays that I have, meaning I put my own money into it. Let's begin. All right, so the fights for March 12th, we have Cesar, Mateo, Tapia versus Sergei, Vorobev. For this one, I have Tapia by decision. And for those of you guys who are going to bet on this fight, I wouldn't go too crazy because I myself wouldn't feel too comfortable picking one of them, either one of them, even though I have Tapia by decision, because I think Sergei Vorobev, he might have a chance. The next fight is Michael Zerafa versus Besir A. I'm sorry if I'm not saying their names properly, but I have Zerafa by decision. This is also another fight that I wouldn't feel comfortable betting on or going crazy on because I do think that Besir A, he might have a chance. Who knows? But I do have Zerafa if I had to choose. Keith Thurman versus Brock Jarvis. I still think that Thurman has it in him. So I actually have Thurman not just by decision, but I actually might have him for a technical knockout because Thurman still got it. If you watch the fight that he had with Barrios, I mean, the man still got it. He's still very strong, and I'm still very impressed with Thurman's age and what he can do. So this I actually have money on, so I'm comfortable betting with this. March 13th, we have Shokichi Iwata versus Rene Santiago. For this fight, I have Shokichi most likely by decision, but it might even be a technical knockout. This is actually a fight that I wouldn't be comfortable betting in or getting too crazy in, but if I really had to bet, I will go with Shokichi Iwata. Next is Anthony Olascuaga versus Hiroto Kyoguchi. Here I have Olascuaga by technical knockout, actually. I think he's pretty darn good. And then on March 15th, we have Nick Ball versus TJ. I have Nick Ball here by technical knockout, but then again, TJ did fight Inoue, and he didn't go all the way 12 rounds, but he went pretty good distance, with Inoue. So with that being said, this is a fight that I wouldn't be too comfortable betting on if I really had to bet. But if I did have to bet, I would go with Nick Ball because he is an up and coming person that they're promoting. Edgar Berlanga versus Jonathan Gonzalez Ortiz. Uh, Berlanga doesn't need any introduction, right? He recently just fought Canelo. Did a pretty good job, even though Canelo dropped him. But I think that this is one of Berlanga's tune-up fights he can't afford to lose. So I have him by decision. And if Canelo couldn't knock him out, then I doubt Gonzalez could either, but I could be wrong. I'm very comfortable betting on this fight. All right, now March 22nd, we have Jesus Ramos versus Kevin Salgado. I read somewhere in ESPN that they actually switched to Guido Emmanuel Schramm because Kevin got pulled out of the fight, but I still have Ramos by decision. Then we have Elijah Garcia versus Terrell Gausha. Uh, I have Garcia winning this, but this is not a fight I would like to bet on because the last performance that Garcia had, it wasn't too good. So not too confident in this bet if I had to bet. Next is March 23rd. We have Sebastian Fundora versus Chordale Booker. I have Fundora, but not comfortable betting on this. Booker might be able to drop him. So I wouldn't bet on this, but if I had to, I'll go with Fundora. March 29th, we have Bruce Carrington versus Enrique Vivas. I think Bruce can really box, and I think he's pretty special. There's something special about the kid. So I have him on a technical knockout or a unanimous decision over Vivas. And you heard right. I said unanimous decision, meaning he's probably going to win by a long shot. And then we have Brian Norman Jr. versus Derrick Cuevas. I have Brian Norman skill-wise, but I wouldn't bet on this fight because I think Cuevas has a pretty good chance too. Next, we have Mikaela Meyer versus Sandy Ryan. I wouldn't bet on this fight, honestly, because it's going to be a very close fight. But if I really had to bet, I think Mikaela is going to win just because she's hotter. No, I'm just kidding. She is pretty sexy, though. Mikaela, if you ever hear this, just so you know. No, I'm kidding. No, but I do have Mikaela winning by decision. But it is going to be a very close fight, and that's only if I had to choose. Honestly, I really don't want to choose. I don't know. I'm not really sure with this fight, but I'm not gonna be like everybody else that predicts where they're like, oh, it's 50-50. If they always claim 50-50, like I say, then they're never wrong. I'm always gonna pick a side, even if I'm wrong, because it just shows, like, whether I got it or not. So Mikaela for sure. William Zepeda versus Tevin Farmer. I didn't see a spread for this on DraftKings, but it's a fight that I wouldn't bet on, even if there was a spread. It's a close fight, wouldn't bet on it, like I said. But if I really did have to bet or predict, Zepeda by decision because he has more punch volume. I understand in the last fight he got dropped, but he still won the fight ultimately because of the volume. So as long as he doesn't get dropped and he could produce more volume than Farmer, then I think he's going to take it again. So let's move on to the bets now. That's what you guys were all waiting for, right? I do have a round robin right now, where I have Cesar, Mateo, Tapia, you know, and also Michael Zerafa, as well as Keith Thurman going the distance. Okay, so these are the three people that I picked out, and of course, I also have them in a parlay as well. I have Cesar Mateo Tapia, and I have Michael Zerafa and Keith Thurman in one parlay that they're going to be going the distance. And I also have a three-pick parlay. It's Keith Thurman, Anthony Olascuaga, and Bruce Carrington. Yeah, like I said, you're not going to make a lot of money off of this parlay because it's almost guaranteed that these fighters are going to win. I say almost guarantee, a very high chance. Um, and I've realized, over the years that yes, sometimes betting on these fights it doesn't make sense because you're like, wow, you're only betting 100 to make a few dollars and stuff like that. But at the same time, why wouldn't I put more money in something that's lower risk that almost guarantees me an income versus something that uh is going to pay me a lot, but then most likely won't hit because I feel like I lose more money like that on the long run. That's just something I noticed. But don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that you have to play it safe, but I definitely have my safe plays and I have my riskier plays, which I'm going to get to. All right. And then I have a round robin with that, right? On top of the leg, I have Keith Thurman, Anthony Alasquaga, and Bruce Carrington, like I said, because I didn't just do the parlay, I got the round robin. I have another round robin between Nick Ball, Edgar Berlanga, Jesus Ramos, Sebastian Fundora, and Bruce Carrington. So I have a five-pick parlay for that, and I got all the combinations, meaning all the robins for that. And that pretty much sums it up. Like I told you, I was going to go through the fights in March, my bets, and also some predictions. And if there's a fight that you'll like me to cover, please comment below, and I'll be more than happy to share my opinion with you guys. And thank you guys for watching to the end. And remember to subscribe, share, comment, do whatever you got to do to blow up this channel. And until next time, be safe, guys.